I mean, I remember when I was acting in this play based on The Master and Margarita by Bulgakov, and I was playing the part of the cat. But they had trouble making up my cat suit, so I didn't get it delivered to me until the night of the first performance, particularly the head. I mean, I'd never even had a chance to try it on. And about 4 of my fellow actors actually came up to me, and they said these things, which I just couldn't help thinking were attempts to destroy me. You know, one of them said, oh, well, now, that head will totally change your hearing in the performance. You may hear everything completely differently, and it may be very upsetting. Now, I was once in a performance where I was wearing earmuffs, and I couldn't hear anything anybody said. And then another one said, oh, you know, whenever I wear even a hat on stage, I tend to faint. I mean, those remarks were just full of hostility. Because, I mean, you know, if I'd listened to those people, I would have gone out there on stage, I wouldn't have been able to hear anything, and I would have fainted. But the hostility was completely inappropriate, because, in fact, those people liked me. I mean, that hostility was just some feeling that was, you know, left over from some previous experience. Because somehow in our social existence today, we're only allowed to express our feelings weirdly and indirectly. If you express them directly, everybody goes crazy.
Well, did you express your feelings about what those people said to you?
No. I mean, I didn't even know what I felt until I thought about it later. And I mean, at the most, you know, in a situation like that, even if I had known what I felt, I might say something if I'm really annoyed, like, oh yeah, well, that's just fascinating. And I probably will faint tonight, just as you did.
I do just the same thing myself. We can't be direct, so we end up saying the weirdest things. I mean, I remember a night, it was a couple of weeks after my mother died, and I was in pretty bad shape, and I had dinner with 3 relatively close friends. 2 of whom had known my mother quite well, and all 3 of whom had known me for years. You know that we went through that entire evening without my being able to, for a moment, get anywhere near, you know. Not that I wanted to sit and have this dreary evening, which I was talking about, all this pain that I was going through and everything. Really, not at all. But the fact that nobody could say, gee, what a shame about your mother, or how are you feeling? It was just as if nothing had happened. They were all making these jokes and laughing. I got quite crazy, as a matter of fact. You know, one of these people mentioned a certain man whom I don't like very much, and I started screeching about how he'd just been found in the Bronx River and his penis had dropped off from gonorrhea and all kinds of insane things. And later, when I got home, I realized I'd just been desperate to break through this ice.
Yep.
I mean, do you realize, Wally, if you brought that situation into a Tibetan home, that'd be just so far out. I mean, they wouldn't be able to understand it. I mean, that'd be simply so weird, Wally. If 4 Tibetans came together and tragedy had just struck one of the ones and they spent the whole evening going, I mean, no, Tibetans would have looked at that and thought that was the most unimaginable behavior. But for us, that's common behavior. Mm-hmm. I mean, really, the Africans would have probably put their spears into all 4 of us because it would have driven them crazy. They would have thought we were dangerous animals or something like that. I mean, that's absolutely abnormal behavior.
Is everything all right, gentlemen?
Great.